surprise, baby, I done had a long day.
Ay, big whipping, cash flipping. Fuck you talking about, you know I get it. Fast living, rap, Simmons. If it's mine, then you know I spend it. Ay, show me the.
We got the subframe back. It took about a month. Powder coated, ready to go. It looks good. Shout out to Makala Powder Coating. Thanks for the powder coat. Same guys who did my front. While that was being powder coated, I ordered serial 9 bushings. We're gonna put them in. Actually got most of them in, but it's pretty simple. It goes in right away. But they powder coated it, so I thought it was gonna be a little bit more stuck, but still went in easy. But all you gotta do is just give it a little tap and it goes right in. Show you guys what it looks like. Shout out to Serial 9 Canadian products. I don't have any of their suspension, but I got the bushings, so I ended up with TD Man back in the day, so I ordered all their shit and I didn't need Serial 9, so I got all their diff bushings and then the solid subframe bushings. Came in pretty fast, took less than a week. Yeah, it's perfect timing. So now we're gonna get ready to slap the whole suspension back in. I don't know how much I can do because my garage is like pretty crowded right now. My dad actually started redoing our wall around the house. Off topic, but there's like gravel, there's like cement, fucking bricks everywhere, so it's gonna be hard to work around, but it's time to start getting this thing together. This one's a little tight. I just put a little bit of grease on there. Hopefully it goes right in. Just get like a rubber mallet, or if you don't, just use a wood so you don't fuck up the bushing too bad. Just give it a little bit of love tap. I don't think I can do this with one hand. Maybe pound it in real quick. It's in, just gotta finesse it a little bit and that's it. All the subframe bushings are in. And you gotta just put the diff bushings in, so hopefully the diff lines up. I mean, I test fit it before I sent it out, but you know how it goes. Sometimes with solid bushings, like the diff is, it's actually solid diff bushings, but crossing our fingers. Cause first here, checking out.
Yeah, heavy.
Time to get hype, baby. This, the whole setup. Got the bushings for the diff. You seen that full suspension? We're not gonna do much today. I gotta clean the garage up a little bit so I can work. It's a little crowded. We're probably gonna start working on this thing tomorrow, so see you guys. Alright guys, welcome back to the vlog. As you seen in the videos yesterday, I was kind of like I don't know, I was too excited. All the suspension. Finally got the subframe back, as you've seen, so we're ready to put all the suspension in and get ready to slap the wheels on. But there's some things I gotta do first. I'm gonna start with the front end. I bought engine mounts, inner tie rods, and rack and pinion bushings, so all of that is gonna get refreshed. I might as well do it since I'm gonna take all of that shit off anyways. We're gonna try to get the front subframe in today. Gotta support the engine, so I'm just gonna support the engine and the trans side while I try to slap the subframe in. I don't think it's gonna be that hard, but I'm praying that it's not gonna be hard. It doesn't look that hard. Got the 4 supporting bolts and the engine mounts and the rack separated from the rack, and should be able to drop. And then I'm gonna start slapping the TD Man stuff in. Once I get that stuff in, then we can mock up the front fitment, dial in the camber. I don't know how much I'm planning to run, maybe like -15, depending on how the wheel looks. -13, who knows. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of things. Still waiting on the fuel pump. I honestly don't know when it's gonna ship in. Last time I checked, like the manufacturer dates keep pushing further and further, so it's like supposedly, I don't know how long the waiting list is, but they're supposed to ship out in September. And then now it's saying it's supposed to ship out in November, so I don't know how much people ordered that same pump. Specifically, that pump is made for the tank that I bought. That's why I can only run that one. All this backlog and shit, it's taking so long, but I mean, I can do all the suspension and stuff, and hopefully when I'm finished dialing all that shit in, the pump comes in, because that's like the only thing that's holding me back from installing the carpet and everything, because I want to be able to mount the lines and run the fuel lines through the tunnel. But I'm gonna have to create mounting points for the lines, but you'll see when we get there. Right now the focus is the suspension, because that's like the next biggest thing to do, and then after that it's the radius to get the wheels to fit. So we're slowly getting there. It's a long process, but it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of mess lying around right now, so it's gonna be a tight area to work in. Let's get it started. Actually, I went ahead and I changed the diff fluid while it was already out, so we're gonna take care of the back later. Crossing our fingers that the diff lines up. I'm hoping that it will. Hopefully it doesn't give me a hard time, but I spray painted it. I got one side of the 09 bushings in, so this is how it looks. 09 bushing, baby. Gloss black, looks good. Nothing fancy. It's gonna match with the subframe, just nice and fresh. Once we put it in, there we got it out. It's pretty simple, like I said. It's just hard to work on the ground. If you had a lift, it'd be a lot easier, like a 2-post. So you can see the comparison. I think we shortened it about 20 mil, close to an inch. Doesn't look like much, but if I want to go shorter, I can just shorten my other subframe. So I think this should be good for now. Fuck, I'm sweating balls out here. It's humid. Hopefully these are the right engine mounts. If not, then fuck my life. Got it from Rock Auto, baby. So we're gonna slap it back in. I couldn't take out this cross brace because the fucking bolts are like stripped from getting scraped up. So I just left it in and I'll just take care of it later. Probably gotta cut it off, but we're gonna change the engine mounts and we'll slap this subframe back in. The engine is being supported by 2 jacks, one towards the trans side, one on the oil pan. Just put a wood. It's kind of sketch, but it works. Got the old engine mount out. It's the new one. It looks still pretty good. It's not even cracked or anything, but I just decided to change it anyway, so it'll last hopefully another 100,000 miles. But we got the other one in, so I'm gonna keep rolling. It's pretty simple. Just one big nut on the top. You don't need to separate it from the engine, that bracket, and the 2 bolts on the bottom. This you put on after you put the front subframe on, so easy peasy. So let's keep going. Got CP here. Actually, good thing I changed this motor mount because this one is actually fucking cracked, as you can see. Separated into 2. I mean, it's about 100,000 miles, so that's about right. This one is actually getting there, but we already got one side in, so we're gonna put this one in real quick, and then we're gonna start throwing the subframe back in. Then I'm gonna change these rack and pinion bushings. Got it from Figs, but Super Pro makes them. I guess they're a distributor. We're gonna slap it in, baby. Guys, little update. We got the rack and pinion bushing out. This is the harder one because you gotta just pound it out. Pretty easy, but it's a little bit awkward working lying down. And then the new one just slides right in. And the sleeve, and then the 2-sided bushing. You just gotta cut the rubber rim and then just pound it out with a socket or something. Yes, sir. Take a left here, good boy.
Going up in the subframe.
Damn, this shit's going high.
Oh, fuck.
So we got this thing in, but I kind of figured we'd have to do this. I have to get spacers. I was gonna go to Home Depot yesterday, but I didn't fucking end up going, so I gotta go today. But I can just let it hang like this because the bolt that's mounted in the body is not threaded in all the way, so I can't completely flush it down. So I gotta compensate for the shortening of the subframe. I put the spacer in between this nut so it'll squeeze it and then push the subframe completely flush, and we'll be able to get it tightened down. But we're just gonna keep going. I'm gonna mount the fucking rack and pinion. I already got the bushings changed, so we're gonna mount that and then we're gonna change the inner tie rods. I mean, I don't think it's gotta be changed, but might as well do it, refresh it. And then we can start slapping in the fucking arms and see what this thing can do. You guys out here putting this rack and pinion in, baby? Yes, sir. Fuck, I'm getting old for this shit, working on my back. My neck and my back.
Do you need to go to Heaven on Earth massage parlor after this?
And that's for the Rush Hour 2 peeps who ever watched that. Oh.
And a tie rod, baby.
Fucking jacking that shit off, that's why. Man, that shit loose, bro. Oh!
Alright guys, check this out with the tie rod too. Fuck, this one had my shaft right there. And he fucking, look at this fucking flashlight.
Savage! That's the flashlights for the inner tie rod and tires people.
Yes.
Oh!
Fucking snap this bitch right here. Fucking insert it tool here. Right there.
Crack that fucker. Oh!
I'll crack these nuts.
Damn! Hey, RIP to that guy. Oh,
oh yeah.
Damn, alright ladies, look, TJ working at the gym. Oh!
It's not a dating website.
Oh!
You guys are trying to learn over here. So.
Oh, oh. I mean, it can be guys and girls. Oh.
That's this fucker off.
This is the 1-2 special. Savage.
And there you have it. The tie rod. Inner tie rod is off, baby.
Yes.
Alright. Hey, you remember the torque on yours?
I remember it was low.
Yeah, look at that shit. That shit is stiff as a rock, baby.
Yeah, baby.
That shit gonna be tight as fuck.
That's what she said. Oh!
Stiff dick. Watch this thing rise in the morning. Dude.
That's fucking wild.
We gotta find the torque on this real quick. So we'll be back after these messages. Are you recording?
Yeah.
Hurry up. Let's record. Hey, what's up, guys? Today, this video is sponsored by the iPhone 13, as you can see. Check this out, iPhone 13. Look at that. Special edition, double camera only. You don't need 3. See, Apple, baby. Sponsor. Out.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Alright, now we're back from that commercial break. Thank you, TJ, for the sponsor.
Let's torque this shit down. There we go. Alright, guys. Right there.
Damn.
Alright guys, this is the old subframe. We gotta take this shit off right there. I don't know if I'm gonna put this back. I might have to get a new one. Man.
Static, baby.
Country boys, country bills, baby. Holla. Country living. Holla at your boy.
This is what fucking 10 G's look like, guys. Oh! Yeah, baby, it's going back.
Now we gotta fucking install this bitch.
Oh, we got the first arm in. See the man.
But every night I get down, I know I'm blessed. Watching your spinning that dress.
Guys, we're moving at a good pace. We got the lower on, the upper's on. Nothing's gonna be finalized yet. I still gotta buy the spacers for the subframe so I can tighten it down. But we're gonna just do a mock-up real quick. And I still gotta adjust it to how much camber I want. Then I go to order tires. The front end is gonna be pretty simple to slap together. We're almost there anyways, so we're gonna show you guys in a bit. I got pretty much all I wanted to do for today. I wanted to get the subframe in, do the inner tie rod, and do the rack and pinion bushings, so I don't need to worry about that. And the suspension is second nature, so that goes in fast. So we're gonna finish it up, put in the rest of the suspension, and see what kind of camber numbers we got and how the wheel fitment looks. It's about -13 right now from what I left it before I took everything off. So
Yeah, the SSR. Damn, 5's on.
is the wheel going straight?
No, it's kind of turning. Yeah, there it is. Watch your nip, huh? Oh, wait. Is it hitting the lip already?
She's lonely now. She won't be lonely long.
It's not even that aggressive.
Yeah.
I mean, my fender is baking out, but
I mean, it kind of pulls out a little bit.
fuck, it's pulled out a lot, to be honest.
Yeah.
She's lonely now. She won't be lonely long.
Amber.
Something about the way she
Lexi boys.
Alright guys, this is the mock-up. It's about, I like to say it's -13 to be honest. Actually it could be more with the RCA, the negative RCA, but nothing's tightened down, so it's loose. But the fender's kind of baconed out, so it's a little wider than stock. But I think I'm gonna buy a new fender, so once we get the radius started, it'll be like a real subtle radius, which is what I wanted. Nothing too wide or crazy, but alright guys, we're gonna call it a day for today. It's only like 12 o'clock, but we started early. Good 4 hours straight of banging this thing out. Like I said, I gotta go get like some spacers for the subframe. That way you can finalize the subframe, don't need to touch it after that. Finish tightening up the rack and pinion. This side arms, everything except the tie rod is in, so I just gotta tighten everything down. We ran into one issue with the ball joint because it's not OEM, it's aftermarket, but my other aftermarket one fit, but these are different brand and they can't work with the Canberra RCA, so I think I gotta buy new ball joints. My wheels are actually not that aggressive on the top side. I mean, I can always make it poke out on the top side, but that will bring in less camber. And I just gotta kick out the lower, but it's gonna just widen the track. But I think it's gonna be good enough for a subtle radius compared to the back, so it'll look proportional and not like too aggressive in the back or too aggressive in the front. So we'll see. But my fenders are all baking out too, so I gotta get new ones. But that's it for today. So we made a lot of progress. Glad to finally see that front subframe in. Next step is kind of button everything up on the front and then start doing the rears while we wait for the fuel pump. So slowly by slowly it's getting there. So peace out guys. I gotta do some construction now around the house. You know me. Gee, Christopher.
Projects, baby.
Alright, peace out.
Tell me, is you making the call? If you on my team, then I'll go work and make sure we ball. Make a living, that's for me, but I still make it for y'all. Been making banging since the basement, also chasing it all up, baby. I've been on 10, tell a hoe I'm the greatest. I've been on 10, like my bro shot the day trip. I was born with it.